Hello, happy campers. Welcome to yet another fantabulous episode of Geekin Out. I'm Spike,
Chris.
and here we go again after an extensive tour of Mongolia and bat caves. Then here we are. We're back in the saddle. We actually recorded a couple of weeks ago, but I couldn't get the episode out because they sucked. Seriously, the audio. We started doing audio files just so it'd be easier for me to edit and stuff, and still got a corrupted file. So, it was there, but it didn't sound right. So anyway, so let's try this again. So, Chris, seen anything new lately?
Have I seen anything?
Have you seen anything new? Have you seen anything worth seeing? I know we are recording this on May 1st, 2022, as we do supposedly every Sunday. Hopefully we can actually get back to that at some point. But that means that coming up this next weekend is a new Sam Raimi movie. Yay! I've got Sam Raimi and I've got Benedict Cumberbatch, so you bet I've got butter popcorn and
Are you going to butter your
sody
popcorn this time?
I'm buttering the popcorn. Artificial buttery type liquid on the popcorn this time. Yeah, babe.
Oh, yeah.
But anyway, it's Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, or whatever it's called. Already banned in Saudi Arabia, so you know it's got to be good. So, anywho.
Well, probably a lot to talk about next weekend on that movie.
Yeah, no doubt. Now, we actually did we did the reviews for Sonic 2. Did we ever get that out? Yes, we got that out. And week 2 of, what was it? Moon Knight.
Yes. Have you seen the last
I have not seen any episodes since we did the review. Has it gotten better or worse?
The last episode 5, was very emotional. Got a lot of details of who they are. Got to find out, oh, hey, this happened, and I'm not going to say who, but either Steve or Mark is actually just not real. Yeah. And I will say this, that actor deserves an Academy Award. He literally cried in the episode, and you can tell that those were like real emotional tears.
So he's a wussy.
Oh, hush. He really he dug in there for something, and when he let it go, he switched to a different character, and it's like just like that, just so well done. I don't know any other actor that can actually do that like that. It was like wow, the range of acting on him. Yeah. He's going places.
So is that show still worth watching?
I'm loving it.
Well, good.
I still think it's different.
So this is like McMarvel. You're loving it. Okay.
McMarvel.
So, I kind of, it's not that I grew out of, it's not really that I gave up on it after episode 2. It's just, I wasn't excited enough to go back and watch episode 3. So, I'm glad to hear it's doing all right. Hopefully it finishes strong and doesn't pull a Boba Fett on us.
Oh.
No more Bobo.
Oh, no.
No more Boba boo-boos.
No more Boba.
No more Boba boo-boos. So anyway. All right. So, Chris, we got stuff to talk about this week. What's happening in the wonderful world of pop psychosis?
Well, sadly, we lost a Kentucky native.
Naomi Judd passed away.
Yes, Naomi Judd passed away at 76.
I don't know the details on this. I'm hearing rumors that it was suicide. I don't know anything about this. I know I've heard also that she's been suffering for a while. Uh, she had a storied life. She has talented daughters, and I wish her well wherever she goes from here. So.
Yeah. Indeed.
So let's pray for her and that she goes in the right direction. So that takes care of Naomi Judd. We also lost Neal Adams this past week at the age of 80.
Mm-hmm.
He was the Batman artist back in the 70s. And in fact, to be honest, if you look around and you see Batman stuff, just like at a dollar store or in some kind of t-shirt shop, odds are the Batman you're seeing was drawn by Neal Adams. They cribbed one of his drawings from one of his books that he's done over the years. And he really reestablished Batman after the Batman of 1966, all the campy stuff. And it was right around that time that it was Neal Adams and Denny O'Neil took over the character and helped turn that whole franchise around, which inspired can't think of his name now, the one who did 89. How quickly we forget. Either way, we'll think about it about 5 minutes after our brains have had a chance to thaw. But anyway, he was the one who influenced the modern take of Batman in 89 and honestly influenced Frank Miller when he did The Dark Knight Returns in 86. So there are a whole lot of roots there. He's the one who taught people to treat Batman seriously. Him and O'Neil. So
good job.
So we'll be praying for you there. We'll be praying for you there, Neal, and we'll hope that you're heading in the right direction too. So, all right, Chris, what else you got?
Well, we know that Sam Raimi, is a good, very talented director.
Yes, he is. Yes.
Now
remember, I've got my. We do this in the office here and at the Who What Where office or studio or whatever the heck it is this week, and I've got the computer fired up, so I've got a bunch of stories in the background I'm keeping track of, and Chris wanted to start talking about Sam Raimi, and sure enough, there it is on the desktop. Go ahead, Chris, what you got?
Well, we already know after the huge hit and successful Spider-Man movie, into the what was it called? What was it? No Way Home.
Multiverse.
No Way Home.
Yeah, No Way Home.
Anyway, there was talks about how people wanted Tobey to come back as Spider-Man. They wanted Andrew Garfield to come back as Spider-Man. And both actors said that they would actually come back as Spider-Man. Now, Sam Raimi, who directed the original Spider-Man movie with Tobey Maguire, has came out and said that he would love to do another Spider-Man film. So that might actually happen because they both are interested in,
That would be interesting because, apparently Tom Holland and Andrew Garfield are stepping away from Hollywood for a while. There's a lot of stepping away from Hollywood nowadays because there's a lot of people who have just... It's getting to the point it's almost impossible to operate now.
Yeah.
Especially if you're a white guy. You are not welcome in Hollywood right now. I'll say this, a straight white guy, then you're not really welcome in Hollywood right now. Especially if you might have a cross on your neck or something. But Sam Raimi's open doing Spider-Man 4 with Tobey Maguire and maybe Kirsten Dunst, and I'm good with that. There's been talk about maybe we'll get to see Spider-Man 4 might actually be the first Spider-Girl movie. But this one, if you actually go back, I think it was the 90s, late 90s, early 2000s, they had a Spider-Girl book, and it was set like 20 years in the future, but it's got Peter and Mary Jane have been married. Peter's been retired as Spider-Man for a while, and they have a daughter that they nicknamed Mayday because they named her. Of course, they're going to name a daughter May after his Aunt May. Aunt May's passed away. But they have a daughter named May, and she's called Mayday because she keeps getting into trouble because she's got the old Parker luck. And as it turns out, she's inherited quite a few of the spider powers too. So it's up to Peter to try to teach her how to protect herself because being a teenage girl, she is determined she knows everything and keeps getting herself in trouble that her mom and dad have to try to bail her out of. So that, and doing that with a Sam Raimi take would be interesting because he's going to take Sam Raimi loves the hyperkinetic type of filmmaking. As you can, if you remember Army of Darkness, that was done on like 5 Red Bulls worth of speed at the same time. So I think that would actually be a good fit. Just because, let's be honest, Tobey Maguire is what, in his 40s now? So yeah, he would be about the right age. Him and Dunst would be about the right age to do so. And God knows Kirsten Dunst is not doing anything else right now.
I mean, it's an interesting take, but what I heard was, this was another way to go, was they would introduce Miles Morales and Tobey Maguire would have to train him on becoming the new Spider-Man. So it'd be like a...
Okay, yeah, I can see that, but I wouldn't support it because we've already told that story.
That is true.
In fact, the poster for that movie is right over your shoulder, sitting there on the wall, Into the Spider-Verse. I'm hip, I get it, but Miles has had his story told. Mayday has not. Let's go in a different direction here. And the direction's right there, just waiting for, for you.
Speaking of, already been done before. Half of it is kind of making me wonder about the new Doctor Strange movie because there's a lot of things in it that I've already seen in What If. So it's like... But anyway, yeah. So.
Now, I'm still holding out hope for Doctor Who. I would actually like to see... Here's a reported list of who's going to be replacing Jodie Whittaker. It can't be fast enough. But, yeah, I've already heard Hugh Grant and David Tennant coming back. And
I'll be watching if David Tennant comes back.
They said it, according to the rumor, he wouldn't be playing his old Doctor Who. He'd be a different Doctor Who. He would look the same, but he'd be completely different in character.
You know what? It doesn't matter. It's David Tennant.
Yeah. And then there's Ollie Alexander, which is the extremely metrosexual Brit that the BBC was threatening to replace Jodie Whittaker with because they kind of liked their Doctor Woke, even though nobody else on the planet wanted to see it. But anywho, I'm looking at some of the other names, and I don't care about any of these people.
One was good. Not that one. You know.
Michael Sheen.
Yeah. He's really good.
If you say so. I don't know him from anything. But anyway, I'm still holding out hope for the new Doctor Who. This is being produced by Sony, not by the woke at BBC. BBC's just going to be there to market it and stuff. This is going to be a Sony production. So we'll see what happens, because I think we all remember what happened when Fox got a hold of the property. Yeah. Anyway. What else you got, Chris?
Well, CW has canceled 2 shows that... Oh, wait. It's not a surprise.
Nobody's surprised by this.
CW is finally canceling Legends of Tomorrow and Batwoman. Thank you.
I'm looking at Batwoman's ratings from the past year. Batwoman cracked 500,000 viewers. Now, this is for a national broadcast network. She cracked 500,000 viewers exactly 3 times out of 13 tries. That is putrid. And from what I'm seeing, the low was 372,000 for the 5th episode. In your 18 to 49 demo, the most wokish of the woke, supposedly, she's drawing like a 0.07 share. So she's getting like 0.07%. So it's, or like 7% of the audience. That's what she's drawing.
I just want to say, I don't care if she's a woman of color, I do not care if it is woke. The writing literally took a good story of Batwoman and drug it through the mud and stepped on it, kicked it, and says, it's still good. It still works. Shame on you. Shame on you.
They're threatening to reboot the Arrowverse. No. They're talking about doing Final Crisis. Guys, this sounds exactly what like the CW would do. Cuck woke. Okay, that's what the CW stands for now. Cuck woke. Final Crisis. For those of you who managed to obliterate it from your memories, you few comic fans who are left who remember Final Crisis, it was a well-polished, well-marketed turd. It was incomprehensible, made zero frickin' sense, and killed Batman off in the process.
Well, they did
Spoiler
that last
alert.
one.
Yeah, they do that in every crisis. It's an F-on.
The only thing, the last crossover that they did, the only good thing that came out of it was that whole scene with Smallville Superman, where he retired and Lex Luthor showed up with a rock and he just takes the rock from Lex Luthor, throws it, and he's like, you're going to die, this whole world's going to die. And he's like, I don't care. Like,
anyway.
well, that was the best part.
That's, everybody's going insane about, what's the name, David Zaslav. He's the CEO of Discovery who brain farted this entire merger with Warner Brothers. So he's in charge of the combined company. He's the one who's kicking Rooster Teeth in the teeth. He's the one who's about to drop kick. He's the one who's going to take DC properties away from Warner Brothers. He's going to divorce DC from Warner. Uh-oh. So now what's Warner going to pay their bills with? And then he's going to, according to this, he wants to integrate the TV universe and the movie universe, which is idiotic, because it's a multiverse. Just let him go at it. But what do I know? Let's just go ahead and sink the entire boat.
Yeah, might as well.
Let's not just sink the boat. Let's put a hole in the big old tub that the boat is floating in. Let's do that, David.
Yes.
Although, honestly, David Zaslav has been punting wokesters left and right. Considering most of these woke people are extremely pasty white, I'm not arguing beyond that. So anyway, so that takes care of that. What else you got, Chris?
Before I move on to the rest of this, I want to say that there is a discussion that I really want to talk about later.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really important to me for some reason because, well, I'll explain it all to you later. But, yeah, I really want to get into the conversation.
Yeah.
Okay. Mr. Gary Oldman is talking about retiring. Another actor retiring.
Again, Retiritis is striking Hollywood hard right now.
But Gary Oldman is one of those actors that has played everything and has...
He's got nothing left to prove, honestly.
He is a chameleon in his... Like, he has played things to where it's like, wait, that's Gary Oldman? You know? So, yeah, he is talking about retirement, and there's a lot of people going like, no, Gary, no. So, yeah.
Well, enjoy retirement, Gary. It was nice having you.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoyed the time we had together, but, yeah. So, anyway.
Director John Watts, the director of the Spider-Man films, has left the director's chair of Fantastic Four.
Mm-hmm.
No reasons why, apparently. Just,
Fantastic Four snake bit.
It's a cursed thing.
You know who needs to do Fantastic Four.
Who?
Now, we were just talking about Sam Raimi doing Spider-Man 4. No. I would love to see it. Yeah, I would like to see Sam Raimi do that. I would like to see Sam Raimi do a Fantastic Four. And you know who the thing would be?
Oh.
Hey, who's it gonna be, Chris?
Oh, no.
No, think about it.
What?
Bruce Campbell as the thing. Who else has that self-deprecating sense of humor that Ben Grimm has? He would be great for it. It'd be either him or Dennis Leary. We really do need to sit down and just cast these films for them and do their hard work for them.
Dennis Leary hasn't done anything for a while.
I know. He hasn't had to because he made a fortune off of Rescue Me.
But
so
remember,
this is nothing. But
this is Disney related, so it's like.
Yeah, they'll never do the right thing.
They'll never get a thing.
Anywho.
But yeah, so that happened.
That happened.
So another director, Josh Rubin, told Fangoria, and remember how Fangoria was talking about doing their own movies and stuff like that.
Idea, yeah.
Keep that in mind. I'm not saying that this has anything to be related to, but you never know. Josh Rubin told Fangoria that he really wants to direct a Dark Man movie with Liam Neeson. In case you guys never heard of Dark Man and Liam Neeson being Dark Man. There you go.
I didn't mind Dark Man, but I don't know how excited I would be about that. Although Liam Neeson would probably fit.
Well, Liam Neeson was the original Dark Man, wasn't he?
Oh, the original.
Yeah.
Oh, don't make me look this up.
Yeah, well, he played Dark Man in like
I thought that was somebody else. No, you're right. It was Liam Neeson. Okay. Yeah, no. Still not, no. Sorry, no. Yeah, I guess I fixated on Larry Drake for some reason, but. Anywho.
I still wouldn't mind for them to bring back the Shadow.
That's been another snake bit property. If you were to do that, you would. If you bring back the Shadow, do it on Spotify. Do a modern audio podcast of the Shadow. Only this time you don't have any broadcast radio censorship to deal with, which means they can go way out of bounds, which they would because they're untalented hacks. But still, you could get into some juicy storylines there and really start clouding men's minds. But that's me.
Oh, interesting.
So if I were to do that, I would do it as a radio serial. Or serial, for that matter. SERIAL. They did a good job of it. Anywho.
That would be cool.
So what do you got?
Let's see.
Any other newsy things? Because we do have a few things we need to start discussing here. We actually have some major stories to talk about, but what other minor stories we got?
I like how you put that.
You're welcome. Go ahead.
So, petition removing Aquaman 2 star Amber Heard. You know how many signatures that they collected so far?
All of them?
3 mil. 3 mil.
That's a whole lot of fish
That
sticks, you know?
is a lot.
That's a lot of fish sticks.
I just had to throw that in there, but yeah.
Any other minor stories to deal with?
Just the one I really want to talk about.
Okay, hold on. I got a couple of minor stories here because there was a little minor story about somebody buying Twitter while we were in break. Elon Musk, the first African American to own a major. Seriously, he's from South Africa. That makes him an African American.
Charlie Theron's from South Africa.
Yeah, she's African American too. Anyway, so that's what Twitter's been picking and grinning about since the announcement was made. Hey, an African American owning a social media company! Yay!
Oh,
so
man,
anyway, that has been a. I'm serious. Elon Musk has some serious trolling potential.
Wow.
I actually threw that out on Twitter not that long ago. It It was actually an ElfQuest reference, which absolutely nobody got from like 30 years ago about Picknose the troll.
No,
And
nobody got that.
he is like he is a master troll. He's up there on like Donald Trump level of troll. He knows how to just pick and pick and pick at the people who just can't take it. The left, of course, went insane, and of course the first thing I saw about 2 days after the announcement was an ad somebody had taken out about Tesla auto-driving vehicles being unsafe, and now Congress is demanding he appear and answer some nonsense about something having to do with something, just so they can come in and try to pick at him, which he honestly should take him up on, because he's smarter than all of these people put together, so he could probably leave them all looking like fools. For this would be like the return of Johnny Carson.
Well, now remember.
No, it'd be more like the return of David Letterman, because Letterman was a lot snarkier than Carson was. But anyway, what were you going to say?
I was going to say, remember, he's not all that smart. Remember, Amber Heard.
Yeah. Don't stick you in crazy, right?
Yeah.
Don't stick your dip in crazy. But anyway, there is one thing. They made sure he didn't go up and testify about Amber Heard in that trial that she's having with Johnny Depp. I think they wanted to call him up and then realized at the last minute, even her lawyers figured out that was a horrible, rotten idea to have. So anyway, now Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, the bartender emeritus of the House of Representatives, she is upset about Elon Musk, and she says, tired of having to collectively stress about what explosion of hate crimes is happening because some billionaire with an ego problem unilaterally controls a massive communication platform and skews it because Tucker Carlson took him to dinner and made him feel special. Which Elon Musk replied, stop hitting on me, I'm really shy. AOC has sent out a tweet several months ago saying that the people who are being mean to her on Twitter just wanted to date her. So now he's accusing her of being mean to him. She must be wanting to date him. So then she initially responds, I was talking about Zuckerberg, but okay. First off, she was not talking about Zuckerberg because she would blow Zuckerberg every night of the week if he would just keep her Facebook page promoted. Second, she deletes that in about 5 minutes and replies, like I said, ego problems. And to which William Shatner now piles on.
Oh, God.
He replies, by the way, since it seems to be the latest thing on Twitter, I'm saying that I'm staying on Twitter. Besides, I think Elon Musk is adorbs. Also, full disclosure, I'm trying to pitch Elon to hire me as the face of Twitter. # dump the bird. So, to which Elon Musk replied, you'll always be my captain. So, anywho, so that happened. Oh. Something we need to talk about is season 13 of Mystery Science Theater 3000. How we let it slip this late is beyond me. Now, understand, Mystery Science Theater 3000 it has done 12 seasons so far. You had the first 10 seasons with either... you had the first 10 seasons, and then you had Jonah on seasons 11 and 12. Those went to Netflix. Those were part of the Kickstarter crowd. This is season 13, and now you've got more crew getting involved. You still have Jonah, and he's still with Crow and Servo, although the voices behind Crow and Servo have changed. And now you've got another one. I think her name's Emily. She's the one who's been doing the live appearances where they riff a movie live on stage as part of a tour. And she's there with her versions of Crow and Servo. And she's not bad. Servo's pretty good at it, actually, her Servo's voice. But whoever is doing Crow, it's a she doing Crow with this second crew. She sounds not like Scrappy Doo, but like one of these little kid characters on some 80s cartoon or something. just takes you completely out of it. I don't care for that one so much. Nothing personal against the girl, but anyway. So they have already produced 3 episodes, and they're polishing them up for official release to the public this coming weekend. The very first episode of season 13 of Mystery Science Theater will release Friday, May 6, 2022, and it will be Santo and the Treasure of Dracula. Yes, it's one of those luchador movies, which is always fun. Coming up May 7th on Saturday, it's Robot Wars. That has to be seen to be believed because, believe it or not, it's all about weaponized commuting. And Jonah and his crew do those 2. The third one coming out May 8th, which is Sunday, next Sunday, will be Beyond Atlantis, which is, none of it occurs underwater. I think there might be 2 scenes that occur underwater, and you can tell they're struggling to hold their breath. But, talk about bug eyes. But that's all I'll say. Those are the 2 words for Beyond Atlantis, bug eyes. You'll see what I mean when you get to actually see the movie. But that'll be Emily's first official riff, and along with her crew. So that starts up this weekend, starting Friday, May 6th. So you get a new movie every day for the first 3 days, and then they'll be releasing a new new episode at the end of each month for the rest of the year, and they'll have a special event too. I don't have the exact details, but you can go to gizmoplex.com and sign up for an account so you can start streaming. By the way, if you go for the subscription stream, I actually backed the Kickstarter, so I'm in on the ground floor kind of on this. But if you kick in for one of the subscriptions, then you actually get access to the entire Mystery Science Theater library on demand through the Gizmoplex. So you can watch any of the, I believe it's 119 movies so far. Should be out there. The ones they don't have the license rights to, like the Godzilla movies and stuff, are not going to be there. But Manos is very, 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 very there. So, and a bunch of other stuff that you really should check out. Plus, they'll be doing a lot of new shorts and stuff to go with it. So, although they're now releasing the shorts separately since they don't have to meet a network schedule to fill 2 hours. So, which is why they did the shorts to begin with, to fill in for the shorter movies. So anyway, that's coming.